outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
With beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. What you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. On the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin J, got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Try to run the town. Tell them no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right out the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mad struck start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
It's that New Year's, all that eggnog and New Year's drinking. All right, testing. Oh wait a second. Let me
There we go.
Let me try.
I'm good now. It's just I fixed it on OBS before we got started. But I guess
All right.
when I muted myself, it messed up. But yeah, sorry about that. Welcome everyone to the Vitamin G podcast. I am your host Pharaoh, and with me today I have Nappy Senshi. And the new year just wouldn't kick off right without some sort of audio issues that I spent time prior to the show making sure that there would be none. And somehow there were. But anyway, it's looking like a two-man show so far tonight. Hadn't heard anything from Zero. Omar said he's out for the night. And if Jubei makes it, he'll probably straggle in a little bit later because he's in a different time zone. So, yeah. How you been, man? What you been playing?
I've been doing good. So I actually have been playing Call of Duty, the Black Ops 6, because I just got done watching Squid Games, and they have this thing where you can play red light, green light, and they have this separate season pass. It's like $10, and if you can grind up to the very top, which is actually very short, You basically get like the weapons, you get the headmaster skin for your character, and some pretty cool stuff. Besides that, I've been playing a little bit more of Metaphor when I get a chance. Another survival game I've been playing was Enshrouded. I actually like Enshrouded a lot. It is like one of those survival games, but it reminds me of Valhalla, which also was a very good survival game. Me and my girl, we've been playing Suicide Squad because it was $6 for the Ultimate Edition. So it was like, okay, for $6, it's not bad. And also, I've been playing the other early access game, Towerborn. So this game's actually, believe it or not, is actually backed by Microsoft because it's supposed to be one of Microsoft Game Pass exclusive games, but they haven't finished it yet. So PC already got access to already got early access to the game for Steam, and it's really good. The foundation's really great. It's like they allow you to have you get to create your own character. You get to use any of the 4 classes. Basically a warrior, like a brawler with a fist, a mage, and like a tank type character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's similar to Castle Crashers, and they said that they're trying to find a way to have it where you can have what was it? Oh, local co-op was the biggest issue, which I ain't gonna lie, seems to be difficult because the way how the game's set up. So I'm really curious about how they're gonna pull that on off. But other than that, I also got plenty of controllers that I need to new controllers to review and controller reviews I need to finish. I got this controller, the Mamba One. So this is a controller for PC. This is another controller with the screen on it. And no, the screen's not useless. Actually, you do all the programming on this screen, so that's nice. I got the Mechanite 5 V2 controller. So this is a controller for PC, Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. Also has a charging dock, but the charging dock's underneath my TV stand because I actually use it for my TV. And also, this is Nixie's new controller, the Flex controller. And what's so special about this controller is, if I could pull this off, is a module controller. So it has module piece that goes into here. So you can have it on an Xbox layout, or you can flip it over to a PlayStation layout, whichever one you prefer. So those are just some new controllers I have. I understand that I still got some other controller reviews I need to finish, which I am going to. But yeah, just got some new controllers to look forward to, and yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with me. Besides gaming and family, that's about it.
Okay. Cool. Same here. My gaming has not been as strong as I would like it to be. I got to dabble into Indiana Jones a bit. Got to play the Quarry a bit. But I'm looking forward to locking in and zeroing in on just doing like one game at a time over these next couple weeks and start knocking some out as part of my gaming resolutions that we'll be talking about later. That's our third topic. We're gonna kind of go over some gaming resolutions, just some fun stuff. Maybe we'll give each other a challenge or something like that. We'll see. But with that said, we have missed quite a bit of time, and a lot has happened kind of here and there since we did our last show. So, we're going to just talk about some things that are on our mind regarding the gaming industry since we've left. I thought one of the things we were kind of hit on real quick is the failed acquisition of PlayStation and Kodakawa. We kind of missed that because we were kind of out on our holiday. What were your thoughts when you saw that, Nappy? Just quick 60 seconds.
Quick, damn, that sucks to be Sony.
Spitfire. Yeah, I mean,
pretty much about it.
You're not limited to 60 seconds, but I was just joking. But yeah, I thought that one was pretty interesting. I didn't think the acquisition was going through to begin with, and we talked about it before on the show. So I wasn't surprised that it didn't go through, but I think kind of what it does is it kind of like resets in, fanboy eyes, like exactly what Sony is financially capable of when it comes to making purchases at the moment. That they're not,
Mm.
we're not looking at Sony as purchasing the next big publisher or something like that, because as we've seen with Paramount and now Kodakawa, it just hasn't necessarily been financially feasible for them. So I think that just kind of gives us a grounded expectation of what we'll see in the future regarding Sony and acquisitions. Are they still open to acquisitions? I'm sure they are, but it looks like they're going to be smaller from this point forward. Anything that's on your mind that is kind of game related that we missed over the break?
Over the break, that's gamer related. I looked at the catalog of games are coming out in January, and for this first quarter of 2025, I'm going to be eating.
Yes.
I got Final Fantasy. I got Monster Hunter Wilds. I already told my girl February 28th, don't talk to me. Don't call me. I'm going to make sure we're going to have our little date nights and stuff. But after that, I need a good week to myself. Just to play not a week, probably like a good 3 to 4 days just to play some Monster Hunter Wilds. Like I want to get deep into Monster Hunter Wilds.
Okay.
And other than that, that's pretty much that's about it. I mean, the Game Award show we already talked about when we live streamed it.
We did a reaction to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I still I talked to some other people. A lot of people are still trying to figure out how the hell.
So what was the people that you talked to? What was their reaction?
So a lot of people, I surprisingly know a lot of people that have PlayStation 5s, and everyone has agreed to say that was like a kid's game.
Yes, which
and
PlayStation community has admonished for.
And not only that, and one PlayStation person brought up a good point. They said that how is it that Astrobot, a PlayStation exclusive, beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, another PlayStation exclusive, when Final Fantasy Rebirth sold more than Astrobot when they're both on the same equal platform as exclusive.
And the scores are relatively the same. I mean, you could say the same thing for what is it? God damn it. Black Myth. Black Myth was technically a PlayStation exclusive.
I mean, well, it had the PC sales too. The PC's game charts were insane because PlayStation really doesn't show off their active count numbers for it.
And I think Matt Piscatella said that Black Myth sold about 1 million on PlayStation, and it sold like 9 million on PC.
Yeah, especially that was like the one game China allowed people to play.
Well, I think people in China were actually forced to purchase it. That's what I heard. I heard that it was like
God, don't feed into it, man.
There was
already a big controversy. Some journalists tried to say that people were getting abused, and then the studio came out saying we're not getting abused.
I'm not hating.
What?
If they made you buy it, they made you buy it. They don't gotta make you like it, but if they made you buy it, they made you buy it.
Hey, there was already a what was it? Already there was some other girl who was known in the game journal industry trying to say that when they lost Game of the Year that the people were literally crying, but she was sitting extremely far across the hallway that she has no way she could see that. So I don't know what it was. A lot of people were bullying those developers for back with Wukong. I don't know why, but they just did.
I'll
unnecessary rumors.
I'll go back and say, well, I don't think Astro should have been the game to win it. It is what it is. I thought, personally, I thought Rebirth was the most deserving title, but it is what it is. It's a marketing show. So of the games that were nominated, Astrobot was the least selling. And like I said, I ultimately
you got Balatro, remember? Well, actually, Balatro sold very well.
Yeah, and it's an indie game. But of the games, Astro was the poorest performing, but it was one of the highest rated. So maybe that's maybe that kind of led to them kind of pushing it, because ultimately the VGAs is a marketing show. Me personally, I have a lot more respect for the Golden Joysticks, which is voter led, and DICE, which is like a closed industry awards event that we don't actually necessarily get privy to in the same way that we do the Keeley show.
Yeah. So also actually breaking news, Nvidia CEO is about to do their keynote live stream at the CES 2025 convention in literally 7 minutes.
Oh,
Just
so
to
they're
give
gonna
you
unveil the 5090s, the 50 series now.
Well, so I'm not going to say we should probably stream it because, and it's the CES conventions. It's not all gaming. There's like usually like a section for it as far as
Yeah.
gaming. It's going to review Nvidia's like AI software and a bunch of server
it's gonna
stuff.
it's gonna be a bunch of boring stuff. Yeah, I already know that.
AMD already had their press conference today, and they already revealed their new GPUs, which is the RX 9070 and 9070 XT, which again, a hilarious name. Instead of calling it 9700, they called it the 9070. So
they knew what they were doing. Like I said,
was fucked up.
It's brilliant in the sense of you want to get people who don't know what the hell they're buying to not be automatically, I have to have Nvidia or nothing else. So they don't want
Nvidia can't use the name no more.
They don't want a stupid naming convention to stop you from purchasing their product. So I mean, I'm not horribly mad at it, but if you buy a 9070 thinking that it's going to be stronger than a 5070, then you're just, not doing your research and buying whatever number you see on the damn box.
You got to pay attention to the letters. RX is AMD. RTX.
That's
the crazy thing. RX and RT. That's terrible.
But you should be doing more than just looking at the letters on the box and the numbers on the box. You should actually be researching the part that you're purchasing and what type of performance you should be getting on that part. I mean, if someone wants to be a dummy and not be informed on what they're purchasing, that's on them. So, I mean, whatever.
That's just crazy. Oh, I do got something to show. This cool little screenshot that I took from their live stream that you guys can see. Take a look at. So, as far as the RX 9070 and RX 97 XT, they didn't really show off too much about the graphics cards. One of the biggest things that they were talking about was the new technology RDNA 4, which is supposed to be like some new rendering technology. And also they talked about AI, because AI is the next biggest thing now because hardware can't get better. So now they're focusing on software. They claim that these RX 9070 and a 97 XT will be somewhere around the 4070 Ti, which I mean it's good. I mean it's not a high end gaming graphics cards, but mid is pretty good, and they have GDDR7. So this is basically like the easiest screenshot I could think of for a lot of people to see. So this is definitely it's nice to see that we're going to get some new GPUs from AMD, and also, as I stated before, at the time of this recording of this live stream, we got like 3 minutes left before Nvidia starts to do their talk with CEO Mr. Hong, who is going to Hang or Hong. I don't know if I pronounced that, but he's going to announce all the Nvidia stuff, and then eventually going to talk about the GPUs last, like he always does, which we're probably going to be our first look at the 5000 series. So
yeah, so
who knows?
Hopefully, I'll give the 5000 series today.
So basically,
we might as well just roll into that was basically our first topic of the day. So we might as well just switch over and just start talking about it. But I really love the announcement of these new GPUs because basically it's the ringer that the next generation is starting, and I think it lends credence to the fact that not only are we going to be getting new GPUs for the PCs, but that we may be getting our next generation of consoles rolling out as well. And it also makes sense as to why a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 may not be launching on PC day one because they want to make sure they're optimized for these new cards as well. So,
I mean, if they're you got to remember that Xbox and PlayStation run RDNA 2. These new cards run RDNA 4.
yeah.
2 generations ahead of technology, and they got the new latest and greatest technology.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I think, whatever this next Xbox is, it's probably gonna be I'm guessing it's gonna be RDNA 4. That's gonna be my guess.
They did make a revision. Also, AMD did announce that they made a revision to their RDNA mobile AMD chips.
Yeah.
For our mobile handhelds. So now that they got these new chips, ROG Ally, basically all those mobile gaming PCs or gaming handhelds, they basically announced that they got these new chips that's supposed to perform better than the previous generation, but it doesn't look like it's by much though. Same architecture, it's just more power efficient. Which is a big thing.
I think what we've seen in this generation of gaming is that developers and gamers are not willing to leave behind previous generation hardware. So I think what we're gonna see in the future is, the next Xbox and the next PlayStation are gonna be the late. I think they're still tied to both AMD on both of them.
Yeah, they both have contracts.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm assuming that what we're going to see in the next generation is that these next generation consoles will no longer be subsidized in the way that they were subsidized previously. I don't think that Xbox and PlayStation will be selling their consoles at the loss that they used to sell them at, especially when you look at the handheld market and how pretty much as consumers we're purchasing those at cost. So if people were purchasing the handhelds at cost, I'm pretty sure that Xbox and PlayStation are looking and they're saying, why can't they purchase our consoles at cost? And that's why the PlayStation 5 has gotten steadily more expensive. And I think even the Xbox kind of has the Xbox gone up in price as well?
No, Xbox been keeping their prices the same. They got Microsoft backing them. You already know they're going to make a tax.
I think in some markets they have gone up in price though. I don't think they've been at a flat price across the entire globe.
Not in I can't speak for any other country, but the US, no, we're still the same.
Okay. So yeah, it's been 500 the whole generation in the US.
Yep.
But I do think that what we're seeing is that it's just gonna be a less willingness to subsidize. So maybe the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5s, they'll stay subsidized, and the technology is only going to get cheaper over time. But I think when these next generation consoles hit, I don't think they'll be subsidized as much. So I'm thinking we got to be prepared to pay $800 to $1,200 for these next batch of consoles, and I think they're going to be more PC like than ever before.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Because I mean, honestly, you know what's the crazy thing about this is we still don't even know the price standpoint that these new GPUs are sitting at. Like AMD announced their new GPUs, they didn't give us a price yet. They just told us it's coming out quarter of 2025, quarter one of 2025.
I think that AMD is going to let Nvidia announce prices first, and then they'll fall under it.
That'd be funny if they just hold that information off. Yeah, so that way they can undercut Nvidia, because Nvidia is literally starting theirs right now.
Yeah, but I expect the top flight GPU would be the 5090.
The 5090 is usually the top flight. The 5080 is second.
Yeah, I'm thinking the 5090 might be around 2,000, 2,300.
I am scared to see that price for the 5090 because
I think it's gonna be 2,000. I really do.
I'm going, usually for me, I always am a 1440p gamer. Yeah. Like to run games natively at 1440p, that's above 60. Usually the 4070 or the 5070 is what I'm going to go for.
Yeah.
So it might be a smart move because AMD could be waiting for Nvidia to announce their graphics card, since Nvidia is the head leading in video game graphics. So
because the 3090 was like what? The 3090 was like
That was like 1500,
and now the 4090 is like 15
like
to
16,
17.
18. No, it's
Yeah.
like it's 16 to 18.
Yeah,
It's
so
down to 15 now, but especially after this conference.
yeah.
Well, we're going to see. I'm really curious to see what NVIDIA is going to do. All I know is that this new GDDR7 technology, and NVIDIA is of course going to show off their DLSS4. Then now it's going to.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
I'm thinking of 5090 is going to crack $2,000, and
That 50.
and then
Nobody needs a 5090 unless you are.
everyone's
I don't know.
they're going to sell out day one. You already know that.
If you get a 5090 and you get a 5090 for gaming, you are crazy.
Hey, some
5090s are for people who have crazy amount of tasks that they're performing.
It's for people who want path tracing instead of just ray tracing. You know, I need full on path tracing to make my game as gorgeous as possible on my 4K 8K monitor that I paid $5,000 for. Also, I mean, it's definitely a luxury purchase, but the things are going to sell out. You already know they are.
I'm just going to stick with the 57. I'm waiting for the 5070. That's what I'm going to do. As for my 2070 Super, I don't know. I probably may build another PC around it and just hook it up to my living room TV, so that way it'll have its dedicated PC. So, man, but there's so much new tech. There's so much new. I'm actually excited to see, and I'm just excited to see that AMD is announcing their new graphics card. NVIDIA is about to announce their new graphics card. It's going to be it's going to see, and also I guess we've been tackling this topic much. Also, the rumors about the Switch 2.
Oh,
I already know the Switch.
Man, you're the host there. You're the fucking one that guiding this thing. You're trying to end the show in 20 minutes.
Oh no, I'm not.
We're rolling into Switch 2 now, Nappy, since you want to be the host.
I mean, I got nothing else to say. about AMD right now. So I said everything I could say.
We're rolling into Switch 2. We're gonna have a pretty fast-paced show tonight. We're 30 minutes in, but I don't have a problem with it. You know, we're not here to hold people hostage for 2 hours. Yeah, Switch 2. We're starting to get a lot of leaks when it comes to that Switch 2. What were you gonna say, Nappy?
So one thing I know about the Switch 2 is that it's not the latest and greatest NVIDIA chip, but there is this NVIDIA chip that was made around 2020 or 2021 that should definitely significantly be better compared to that damn Tegra chip that they've been using that was actually used in this Razer Shield, this old thing that came out. Yes, this thing in the.
Heard it's gonna hit PS4 Pro type graphics.
Actually, I won't say PS4. I say PS4, not Pro. I'll give it for the chip.
A PS4 Pro would be a notch below the Steam Deck.
Nah, but it's not there on I want to say PS4, but Pro. Well, I don't know.
It's a notch below the Steam Deck. I think that's possible. I don't think that's outrageous.
I mean, it is. So
especially we're thinking about $600 price point for the Switch 2, $600 to $500 between there.
No, people are predicting 400 because the thing about Nintendo is that Nintendo uses older hardware because they can't sell their console at a loss. They sell it as is, but they also want to make it affordable for people as much as possible. And
I don't know nothing about Nintendo that's affordable. They don't never drop the price of their games or nothing.
They'll never, because it's already affordable.
Shit.
I'm just saying, Nintendo Switch has been $300 for how long?
I don't know, but it's about to be a new one, so I'm thinking it's gonna be. If the current Switch is still selling for $300, the new one got to sell for $400 to $500.
I'll say 400, and I do think though that I do know that it is backwards compatible. That's a lot of people have confirmed it because that was one of the biggest things about the Switch 2. Or the so-called Switch 2.
Yeah, let me hit some of these leaks that we were talking about earlier today that we've seen so far.
All right, I'm gonna tell you.
Let's see. We got Switch 2 It looks like they're finally coming to the modern era as far as like offering unique services to the customer. It sounds like we're going to be getting the ability to like have like social interactions. Like you'll be able to make posts. You'll be able to like post screenshots and videos of your gameplay. You'll be able to have communities like you do on Xbox. Do they have communities on PlayStation? I don't know. I don't do the online on PlayStation.
What? Well, I don't know. I just know that PlayStation, Discord, and PlayStation has combined their chat. So in a way, I guess they do.
Okay. They use Discord for their communities. Okay. And
Uh,
you'll be able to direct message people on Switch, which kind of sounds that sounds like
yeah,
opening Pandora's box. Because when I think of Switch, I think of like 15 and
kids.
below. Like, yeah, I'm not thinking about adults playing Switch. I'm not saying adults don't play Switch. I don't
You
want
gotta
y'all
watch
to
out for
think that.
Diddy out here playing Switch too.
I'm not saying that.
Asking kids to go jump in the roadblocks and go into their Diddy mansion.
Yeah, but I'm saying the primary group of people I see on the Switch are about 4 feet tall and
Not even 4.
and yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of little kids playing Switches. I'm not seeing a lot of adults pulling out Switches. I'm not going to a lot of friends' houses and seeing like Switch docks on their gaming setups. I'm not saying they don't Switch, but you know, it's not a primary console for adults. Most people primary console is either a PC or a
Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah, typically.
Well, yeah. The thing about the Nintendo is they always have been like, hey, even if you were to get a PlayStation 5 or a Nintendo, or a PlayStation 5 or Xbox, we can always get like this cheaper console for the kids, and it is perfect for kids. So that's wait, Farrah, you still there? Or I guess I'll talk. So one of the things I definitely will definitely say is
I'm still here. I just have to blow my nose. You know,
yeah,
coming off a cold.
Oh god, this man got sick. He got the new flu. But a Nintendo has never always directly competed with Xbox or Sony as far as their console wise goes. They always are in their own separate category, and the only people that somewhat have touched them now has been technically Steam.
Yeah, Steam Deck, yeah.
Steam, Valve basically is now stepping in and Nintendo's territory because Nintendo's like, oh, we got the mobile gaming thing down pack. And then Valve stepped in, and now all of a sudden we got all these PC gaming handhelds. So yeah, Nintendo got a lot of competition now as far as handheld goes. Now, the one thing that Nintendo does have is his exclusives, which makes sense of the reason why in 2024 they basically killed off every single Switch emulator you can find on the internet because they don't want to make sure that the only place that you can only item that you can use to play their IPs will be the Switch 2.
Yeah, because if you could play it on a Steam Deck, then it makes you not purchase a Switch. But the one thing I'll say is that being that the Switch is generally low price compared to the competitors on the marketplace, and it's generally geared towards kids, it's usually at a price point where if my kid breaks it, I don't have a problem going to buy a new one. Not saying I'm going to buy a new one like every month, but you know, it's like you can get a Switch Lite for like $200. So,
you can Switch, yeah.
You get a Switch
and
Lite.
Get access.
So your kid breaks a Switch, you're gonna be pissed, but you ain't gonna make him go but a couple paychecks without you getting them a new Switch. In most cases, you know, if you're middle class, middle upper class, most of those people are gonna buy their kids a new Switch begrudgingly. The same way that they buy their kids a new Fire tablet when they break them things. Though, you know, they make them kind of indestructible with these cases, these Fire tablet cases. They do pretty good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the edge that Switch has, and I think that's why they've sold as many as they have. Because if you break them, it's just like, oh fuck it, I'll go buy another one. If the Joy-Con, like, even when you buy the Switch Lite, you get the stick drift you can't replace with new Joy-Cons. You just say, oh fuck it, I'll buy a new Switch. It's not a big deal because it's at that price point to where it's annoying that you got to pay that much. But once you trade it in and then you buy the new one, you're paying like 150 bucks to replace. So I think they're gonna kind of still stay in that lane, but I think at first they're probably gonna be around $400 to $500 for sure.
Nah. We'll definitely see.
How much is Switch OLED? How much is Switch OLED?
$350.
Yeah, so $50 more than the Switch OLED.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I could definitely see them going around 450 to 500. And it depends on what it's packed with. Now, the thing about it is that the way how technology is, and now that we got our chips to the smallest that we can get them, we got nanometer chips now.
Yep.
I think that they can pack the Switch too with a lot more better technology, especially with LDDR5 RAM, which would significantly boost the performance of the whatever main chip that they're using.
Yeah.
And they could just pack that thing up as much as affordable as possible. So I think Nintendo will actually be able to do something really nice.
So are you a day one Switch 2 purchaser?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still not a day one Switch 2 person buyer because again, I'm on PC. And one of the first things I'm gonna do is like I said before, I'm gonna update my gaming PC, my gaming desktop with a new GPU. Going to get a new gaming laptop. I actually was debating about the handheld and laptop. I decided to stick with the laptop.
Okay.
Because the laptop is has more powerful than the handhelds.
Yeah.
Unless the handhelds drop down to like $500 after like these new technology comes out.
Yeah, because these handhelds are extremely expensive.
Yeah, they're like around $800.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, you know what? And if I was a game on the go, it only lasts me about 2 hours on these heavy AAA titles. So I'd rather I could game mobily or just open up an emulator with a smaller device. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think I'll dive into the handheld until Xbox releases their handheld.
You still talking about that?
Well, they are making one.
They have.
And I think the only reason I would get an Xbox handheld specifically is because I'm already in that ecosystem and how the cloud saves and everything work. It would just be like a seamless experience. It probably wouldn't be a day one purchase for me. But I would probably end up getting one. Because I don't want to do the whole cloud gaming on the go per se. I would love to get some native gaming in on some certain titles, and it would help me even like at nighttime. Like I can lay in bed with the wife and play the game while she's asleep or something like that, and not have to be like on the couch. So I could see some functional use for it outside of on the go gaming because I work from home, so I don't need on the go gaming per se. Like my console, my PC is just perfect.
I can understand that. I do like going to go. And besides, when I go on the go, I actually want something a little bit more lightweight. And it's just why it's kind of weird for me to say this, which is why I kind of like my Razer Edge because significantly smaller compared to like Steam Deck and all the PC gaming handhelds, but it's great for emulation and when I do at home and I decide to play some mobile games, I'm like, okay, I'll just give it a try.
See, that's the thing. Like me personally, I just think about my lifestyle. I don't get to be the passenger in the car. I'm always the driver.
Same.
I'm not a person that rides the subway. I don't ride the bus. I don't. When I go to an appointment, I walk in and I'm not waiting 20, 30 minutes to be serviced at that appointment. Like I walk in, I'm typically immediately serviced and I walk out. So it's like, I don't really like when I'm out and about, I don't have like that spot where I'm just going to sit and game while I'm not at home. Like that's just not really a realistic option that's presented to me and just like kind of in my day-to-day activities. So I don't know. Like it would just be for in the house. Like I said, like if I'm like want to be laid up in my bed playing on a handheld, like back in the day with the Game Boy. That'd be about it.
I can see that. That would be good. I mean, one of the cool things be don't staying at home is because I'm a PC gamer, and now that we have Wi-Fi 6E chips, which are really extremely good at these mobile devices, and actually they're already working on making the Wi-Fi 7E chips for mobile. If they ever release that, streaming my PC to my handheld in my bedroom with a really fast router it's like damn near seamless at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to upgrade my router in like 2 years, most likely. I've had the same router for like 5 years, but it still has the Wi-Fi 6. It just doesn't have Wi-Fi 6E. So yeah, I got the router when I bought the house. So yeah, it's been more than 5 years. So yeah, I'll definitely upgrade that eventually. Wi-Fi 6 been around for a minute.
Wi-Fi 6, it has been around, but a lot of people haven't been using it because it was so expensive.
Yeah.
Now the newest thing is Wi-Fi 7, which
I got that Asus. I got that Asus ROG router.
I got some TP, like the gaming version of my router. So that's how my router's rocking.
Yeah, mine was
that, and
it was like $600-$700 at the time that I bought it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Mine's was about $200. Mine's was $270.
Okay.
So yeah,
when you buy anything Asus, you pay that Asus tax.
Yeah.
Anything with that Asus logo, they mark that bitch up. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what this new Switch does. It feels like this Switch will finally allow you to do, I guess, what we've been doing on consoles for a while, and like just kind of get that modern gaming feel, because we feel like on Switch we've been held back for a little bit. I don't play a lot of games, maybe a couple Zeldas, Pokemons, but it was just saying. Nice.
This literally has the same GPU chip as the Nintendo Switch. And when did this release?
Like a 20.
This was like 2013.
Yeah, but I say look at 2012, 2013 device. I was at 2012 where you said something.
This, like I said, Nintendo Switch literally has been using this old ass chip that powers this thing that used to run Android 6 back in the early Android days.
But that thing has a bigger screen than the Switch too.
Does it?
I'm guessing. It looks bigger.
Oh, the bezel. Switch. Yeah, but there's like these crazy bezels. So
I see it, but it still looks bigger than a Switch. Not a lot bigger, but it looks bigger than a Switch screen.
Yeah, so definitely see about that.
But that said, we could jump into our final topic of the day, because Nappy was the one that guided the show. He was not excited to podcast with me today and do a 2-hour podcast.
Actually, was the one who has said, "Hey, we should do a podcast today. It's the new year, new us."
Oh, I was planning on doing one today, but I
ain't hearing shit from nobody. Everybody's with their family.
He was the first one to say, "Hey, I'm cooking dinner. I'm shoveling. I got all types of shit going on."
Damn, he cooking dinner and shoveling.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah. It's rough out here in these streets. So, yeah, So I got to y'all when I could. But yeah, this is getting into gaming resolutions. So I was thinking about this, because it's the first show of the year. Things are still pretty light, and I anticipate that things will pick up as we get closer to this Xbox Developer Direct. I think that'll be the first event, and then I think we'll start rolling in the state of plays and things like that. So I think we'll get more news. I saw some things today, but I just didn't necessarily think we should touch on it until we got a little bit more info. Maybe that'll be like some next week topics. But new year comes new game. So I'm just trying to figure out, I wish we had the whole panel here for it. But since it's just me and Nappy, we're just gonna go over some gaming resolutions and gaming challenges we might want to put towards each other in this wonderful new year that is 2025 that we've been blessed to make it to. So Nappy, going into 2025, what are some of your gaming resolutions? I think we already heard one with you getting a gaming laptop and building a new PC. But beyond that, what are your goals gaming wise for the 2025 calendar year?
First things first. So I know this is a little a little weird. So I just got a new couch, right? And it
Okay.
is, I'm telling you, it has the width of a California king. No, I'm sorry, it has the length of a California king and the width of a queen.
Okay.
So now
Sounds
that I
like
have
a
my new couch,
bed, not a couch, but
well, it's a couch. It's like a 4-seater couch. You can pull out this thing and have people sleep. Like I got sheets for it and everything. Like
okay.
I got the whole couch set up. And the reason why I'm talking about this couch is the one thing that I used to do with my friends is I used to invite friends over, and we used to play games together.
Yeah.
And this as a gaming resolution, I actually want, and I've been talking to some of my friends. I want to get back to having my friends come over and all of us playing games. And actually, me and my friends, we were talking about it, and we did it like one time on my YouTube channel, but we may start bringing back like couch streaming sessions where we will stream us just playing games on the couch and just do that as like a fun activity. So that is one of my New Year's resolutions, is to start having those local gaming sessions again where we have food, drinks, video games, and just having fun and possibly streaming it. Second thing,
showing that games are actually a social event.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So besides, plus everyone like that, we don't, the streaming part's just because, just for shits and giggles. But the fact that we are like all going to get here and like get together though and actually play on one screen is something that you don't see every day.
Yeah. Order the pizzas, or whatever else y'all like to eat, just kind of.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. We're like in our early 30s now. Some of us can't even eat chicken no more. I was shocked. So can't order wings. I got to figure out something else.
Y'all gluten-free motherfuckers. All right.
The gluten-free. My friend, he's like, yo, my stomach just can't handle chicken no more. I was like, damn, man, you 31. What's going on? It's like, I can't eat that chicken no more. I was like, damn, man, we can't get no wings.
He was eating fried chicken his whole life. That's why.
Maybe so, but
that greasy food.
So, but yeah, one of the things I am going to do, like I said, I got my new couch. I am going to have friends over again, and we're just going to drink and play video games. Another thing that, another resolution is also try to reach out to find some more gamers to play games with, like more PC gamers and more cross-platform games. Because I noticed that like last 2024, I've been playing a lot of multiplayer games. I haven't been playing a lot of single player games besides Metaphor. Like I have not, like 2024, when I look at the games, I was like, damn, I haven't really finished anything. And then I thought about it again. I was like, damn, I didn't even buy any single player story driven games. What the fuck? So besides Metaphor, which I'm still playing, which I haven't been finished, actually I'm about to kick this little girl off because I have the Steam family sharing, and my girl's niece, we added her to our family because she got a gaming PC for her birthday.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not for Christmas, for Christmas, and she was like, "Hey, can we add her to the Steam family?" Add her to the Steam family. She has access to my full library, and she's been hogging Metaphor. Like I can't even play Metaphor because she's playing using my copy of Metaphor, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm about to buy a second copy of Metaphor, add to the family group so I can get access to Metaphor again.
Oh, okay.
She loves
sharing the love of gaming. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, but Steam does it very well. It's crazy. I didn't know Steam. You can't even kick the person off the game. Like if somebody's using your copy of the game, they're just using your copy. You have to go into settings and then hide the game from them to kick them off, and then then unhide it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but like I was thinking about playing Metaphor, and I looked on there. I was like, why is it grayed out when it played? I'm like, and then I looked at it. It says it's your copy's in use by user tag, name or tag, and I was like, huh. And I looked at the hours. I was like, damn, this girl's been playing day and night. But then I can't. I feel bad because my girl tells me, he's like, oh my gosh, she talks about that game so much. She said she loves the fairy character. She's showing her mom, her grandmother. I was just like, I'll let her have her moment. Let her play the game.
Okay. All right.
But Yeah, but my biggest resolution is to bring friends, get my friends over, have some local co-op game sessions, and possibly stream it again. Bring that back.
Okay. Sounds like a really good, wholesome goal, gaming wise. Since I have abandoned my live service gaming endeavors, you know, I dropped my biggest live service game, which everyone knows was Madden. I think my gaming resolution for this year will be to beat at least 10 to 12 single player games.
Oh.
Well, beat a
Okay.
game, about beating like a game a month.
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
some games are going to be longer, some games are going to be shorter. Some
You said a game a month?
Yeah, about a game a month.
Up Nvidia is doing their thing now.
Oh, they're dropping the 50 series. They're showing it.
Yeah, they're showing it right now.
Okay, well let's see if we can grab an image and pop it up on the screen or something.
Hold on. Actually, I can bring it up.
So the 50 series got announced today. All right. Okay. It looks a lot like the 40 series card.
Yep, they just announced. Oh God, I just want to hear this
RTX
price.
Blackwell. I doubt they're going to say anything about the price. On stage.
Teraflops, so that we could, for the pixels that we have to compute the most beautiful image you possibly can. And of course, 125 shader teraflops.
This is
a concurrent shader teraflops as well as an integer unit of equal performance. So 2 dual shaders. One is for floating point, one is for integer. G7 memory from Micron. 1.8 terabytes per second, twice the performance of our last generation. And we now have the ability to intermix AI workloads with computer graphics workloads. And one of the amazing things about this generation is the programmable shader is also able to now process neural networks.
Yeah, $2,000.
So the shader is able to carry the.
You say 2,000?
Yeah, 2,000.
I'm sorry for cutting you off on about your New Year's resolutions. I feel bad.
You good. My New Year's resolution sucked ass anyway, so this is much better. I'm just doing beat 10 games, 10 to 12 single player games.
Beat 10 to 12 single players.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Jube's here.
Yeah,
the brand new RTX.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Jube? You know,
now, even the mechanical design is a miracle. Look at this. It's got 2 fans.
Nappy was on some hot shit today, and he kind of took over the show. So we're already at the end of the show because he kind of like sped through everything.
God damn.
I didn't mean to spin through. I didn't mean to, man. I'm sorry.
We'd be on one topic. He just jumped to the next one.
Thank you.
Damn.
Nah.
I mean, he was keeping it moving. He was keeping everything in the timely and orderly fashion.
He was keeping it moving, all right.
Well, this is RTX 4090.
I'm gonna have to run that back and see what the hell y'all was talking about.
I know many of you have one.
We'll give you a chance.
Oh God, we're about to see the price.
We'll give you a chance to get some of your thoughts out.
The RTX 5090.
We're looking at this 5090 release.
They're doing it right now.
Just say it's 2K, bro. Just say
already said 2,000. I said between 2,000 and 2,300.
Entertainment Command Center. Isn't that right?
Because if the 4090 is 16, this got to be
4090 is. I'm scared.
Well, the 4090 MSRP is 15, 16, but it sells for like 18.
It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense. And now for $1,500 and $1,599, you get to upgrade that and turbocharge the living daylights out of it. Well, now with the Blackwell family, RTX 5070,
5070 is $550.
That's not horrible, right?
5070.
Hold on, 550. That is a good.
Yeah, that's a good price.
It's 4090 performance for $600.
For $550. Oh, yes.
That's crazy.
Less than $600. All right.
Possible without the G7 memories.
That G7, the GDDR7 memory. I told you, GDDR7.
That's crazy.
All the way up to 50.
Why would you?
2 Gs?
I told you 2000. I told you.
There's a 5070 Ti. The fuck?
All right. Hey, that 5080 looking all right for $1,000. That 5080 looking all right.
Incredible, but we managed to put these in gigantic.
I think that's pretty fair pricing.
GPUs into
when you look at the floor.
Wait, they got a laptop brand too?
Yeah,
5070 laptop for $1,300. That's a good deal.
That's pretty fair pricing too.
I think there's one here.
That 4090 performance for $550 is crazy.
Yeah. And if imagine if you just bought a 4090 this month though, you'd be
sick. You would be literally sick.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
absolutely.
You can get the same performance for 25% of the cost.
Yes,
you can get a gaming you can still get a gaming laptop with a 5070, and that's still cheaper than a 4090.
Yep.
Does that make any sense?
Yo, that's wild.
Well, you can't do that without artificial intelligence, and the reason for that is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need, and we generate using artificial intelligence all of the other pixels we have.
That's why Nvidia stock is what it is, man.
Let's see that Nvidia shares.
It's not what it used to. It was close to like $1,000 a share. It's like at $100-something a share right now.
Yeah, let's see Nvidia shares right now.
It was crazy.
But they're up by 3%, so it's at $149 a share.
Yeah, but
that's still good.
But the stock market closed, so we got to see what you got to see what the response is in the morning.
And so the 5090 will fit into a laptop.
Wait, pause. The laptop prices? That's the laptop prices.
These are
laptop prices.
These are laptops. I'm like a 5090 for $3,000.
I mean, if you pack that in a laptop, I mean, that's that premium, like on the go gaming.
But sorry, laptop gaming ain't it. That battery, bro. You are tethered to a wall. There is no way. There is absolutely no way that shit will die in 5 minutes.
We'll see. I mean,
AI has come back and revolutionized GeForce.
That die looks sexy. That APU looks sexy.
Turned into a PC show.
Yeah,
I need them to. You know what? I just need Xbox to partner with Nvidia next gen. Fuck it.
They still got their contract with AMD. They can't. They have to honor it.
That's that.
They have to honor it.
Nah, they have money.
There's always an exit clause.
You can always buy yourself. You can always buy yourself
out of contract. Yeah. I mean, AMD still gets their money.
Yep, that's all they want. So yeah, I'd buy myself out and go with Nvidia. Fuck it.
The question is that even though both of them are showing the GDDR7, I just am just curious to see when consoles are going to get that new GDDR7.
The more data you have,
I could see Xbox doing that in 2026.
And the more compute that you apply to it,
it'll be like 2 years old by then.
Effective.
Yeah, it will be.
Your model will become. And so the scaling law continues. What's really amazing is that now we're moving.
It's dope.
Of course, and the internet is producing.
I can't believe the 5070 at $550 though. That
is crazy. You know what's sick? Because I have a 7900 XTX that's still in the box, and that shit's happening, and I feel sick to my stomach.
Wait, you still might be able to return it.
No, I've had it too long. But it's just crazy because I paid $1,000 for mine, and for half that, it's getting smoked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, there's the 7900 XTX is like a 4070 Ti, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you'll be surprised. Yeah. You'd be surprised what AMD announced earlier. They announced their RX 90. They call it 9070 to just fuck with Nvidia. So now Nvidia can't use 9070 as their name and title anymore. But yeah, they said that their new graphics cards is targeting the performance of a 4070 Ti, and Nvidia just dropped the 50 series, and now I'm just like, what is AMD's prices going to be for their RX for their new 9000 series GPUs? Because
they got to start like their lowest one has to start like 300 now.
Yeah, because I can say because
if they're talking about 4070 performance, like nah.
I'm about to say because yeah, the lowest tier that they just showed off was $550, and
it's 49, and it's a 4090.
It's a 40. Yeah, it's on performance with a 4070.
No, he's talking about he's talking about what Nvidia just showed. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
yeah, Nvidia.
So AMD going to have to be at like 300.
They don't have a choice.
And you continue to try it until you get it right. And so an AI could be presented.
I just don't think AMD needs to make a top card. If you're not going to really compete with Nvidia's top card, don't bother. Be that mid-range whole slate.
I mean, but
stop trying to compare your numbers.
But even 5070 at 550, that's hard to beat.
It is hard to beat. If it is indeed 4090 performance, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, so say you're gonna have to sell it for 300. That's the only way.
Yeah, the last time we had something like this was when they had the 2090, and then they released and then the 3070 was the same performance as the 2090, which was insane.
But what this tells me is that these next generation consoles are probably going to be insane if they're using AI to get this type of performance.
And you know, Microsoft has their AI Copilot PCs and shit. They're already in the loop.
Yeah.
So we on the way.
Yeah. So I'm getting my gaming desk. I'm gonna get my new GPU for my desktop. Get a gaming laptop, and I'm gonna call it a day.
I got to rethink some things now. What am I going to do with this 7900 XTX, bro? I don't want it no more.
Gotta sell it.
Yeah.
You gotta sell it to some sucker. You gotta sell it to some sucker.
I'm going to have to sell it soon.
On eBay, yeah. You gotta sell it quick.
Because I'll get that 5070 joint if it's like that. That's cool.
I might go for the 5070 Ti because I'm wondering if their basic 5070 is at 1080p and the 5070 Ti is going to be like the 1440p, or they technically the 70 series, so both of them supposed to be 1440p capable GPUs. I just got to see it for myself.
Well, we don't care about that with DLSS. You don't care about. You don't care about the resolution.
I might get that 5090 and put it in a water block.
Yeah. I don't care too much about a DLSS. I try to run games. I always care about raw performance when it comes to running this stuff natively.
That's beside the point. These cards are made to upscale. That's all it is.
Well, that's all. That's because
nobody's running native because it's dumb. It's a loss of performance. Trying to run native ray tracing, running 4K native ray tracing is a waste of performance. At 100%.
I will admit, I would say 4K native ray tracing is a cost is basically a waste of performance. But when it comes to competitive games, that's when you want to turn off like rate fidelity and all that other stuff because it increases input latency. Right. Unless you got the proper monitors.
So we made it past the gaming stuff, so we'll go ahead and end this. They're starting to get into servers and things like that, but. Yeah, that looks very, very promising. As a console gamer, that excites me. Like, because I'm like, you're basically telling me I might be able to get 4090 performance inside this next Xbox and PlayStation.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
The new Blackwell lineup.
To me, that sounds very exciting. But yeah, Jubei came to the show kind of late. You know,
let's give them all three topics.
Yeah, we're just gonna let you hit all three topics, real quick. So, do you have anything gaming related that's been on your mind since we've been on a break?
On my mind, I caved and bought Wukong on PlayStation. Did not want to, but I did.
Okay.
Hate it.
Pansy.
I'm still waiting for it. Yeah, I wanted to play it. It's fine. So, have an addiction to Balatro. I need them to go ahead and say that it's a hazard to your health.
I don't think even that would stop you, Jube.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right. So that's his gaming related. What's on his mind topic? Topic number 2. AMD announced their new GPUs today, and you saw the new NVIDIA GPUs live. So,
yep.
When it comes down to your next build, are you going AMD or are you going with this new NVIDIA, especially with this favorable price point of the 5070?
With that price point, I'm gonna have to I need to see if I can offload this 7900 for at least 6, 7.
Okay.
I needed to be able to cover the cost of that 5070. I'll take that.
Okay. So he's all NVIDIA now. He's all NVIDIA.
I'm NVIDIA now, but
yeah.
All right. So,
yeah.
Next topic. What we got here for you, Jube? We got Switch 2 leaks start rolling out. So, what were your thoughts on all the leaks regarding the Switch 2, Jube?
I mean, give us a price. We're gonna have to see it. I don't care about this is what the Joy-Cons. I don't really care about none of that.
All right, so but all right, so I know you saw the thing in the chat. How, as a person who has young kids, how do you feel about the Switch 2 introducing all these social features?
Well, my daughter doesn't need one, so
okay.
It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you.
I'm not gonna get her a Switch 2.
Okay.
There's no need.
Because I felt like that was awkward, like the fact that y'all can DM each other on the Switch now. Because I just see the Switch as a kids thing. Y'all don't need to be DMing.
Kids are already doing it on Roblox.
You forget. DS also had a chat thing. The Nintendo DS did.
Yeah,
the 3DS did have that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but the internet was trash on has always been trash on Nintendo.
But there was a cartridge you could buy just for chatting with your friends. As long as you had an internet.
I'm gonna assume that the internet's gonna be decent on this new Switch. They're gonna make it into modern gaming with this new Switch. So yeah,
it's gonna be Wi-Fi. Or gonna be Wi-Fi 5 chips, not even 6, not 7.
That's fine.
Wi-Fi 5.
That's better than what it is now.
That is true.
I don't need nobody in my kids' Switch DMs. That's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first console I put parental controls on.
Yeah,
you should do that for all your consoles.
I don't, because I already know what my kids play, and my kids don't know how to access the chat, and I do check their chat every day. But they don't really play. I don't really let them play online multiplayer either. So they just play. They play games that have multiplayer, but they don't really play online multiplayer. They never, and they can't. And I have it set up. I have the console set up in their room so that they don't get any audio, because they don't have headsets or nothing, but they don't get any audio from other people playing.
No.
So I got that set up so that they don't hear other people's audio if they jump into a game. If they did play a Fortnite or something like that, they wouldn't hear the other people's audio. And I check their messages. If someone sends something crazy, I just delete it. Or they discover that those messages exist one day. But yeah, that's kind of how I am. I don't really have any parental controls on the Xbox upstairs, other than the whole sound thing. But yeah, any other thoughts on the Switch 2 that you heard it's going to be as powerful as the PS4 Pro? Does that seem like adequate level of power?
In a handheld, sure.
All right.
We have to measure this against what the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck are doing. So
hold on a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's actually, what's the coolest thing about Nintendo though is that Nintendo actually has a contract with NVIDIA as far as their mobile chips. So this Switch 2 is actually going to have access to DLSS, not DLSS 4 with the new GPUs. That's going to be DLSS 1 and maybe 2. Maybe 2.
If they can shrink this shit into a little laptop, they could have gave them you could have probably squeezed the power of a 4070 into the Switch 2. if they're doing it.
Nintendo's not paying that money.
No one's paying $800 for a Switch 2, bro. That's the thing.
I'm
It
about
doesn't
to
have to
say.
be 8. It could be 5.
No one paying $5 for a Switch 2.
Nah,
Like,
they got sell. They remember they can't sell it at a loss.
If it was 4070 equivalent, I would.
I would say 3060. I think they need to aim for like the 3060, 3070. I actually think that's a good aim. Because if you say PlayStation 4, that's like 10 series. That's like high 10 series, low 20 series. NVIDIA.
I don't want to hear about PS4 performance because them Jaguar cores ain't it. I don't want to hear nothing associated with anything like that.
Hey, I'm not a Switch gamer. I'll play a little Pokemon, a little Zelda, but after that, I'm not really looking for any other titles on Switch. So, I own a Switch for like a couple games. Zelda, Mario, Pokemon. That's about it. Everything else needs to find its way to PC or Xbox.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick to my PC. That's like the Switch. The Switch 2 will be the last gaming purchase for me. My first one is that new GPU. Second one's going to be a gaming laptop to replace the one I got.
And it's releasing right along with Monster Hunter Wild.
Yep.
So that's going to be fire. And I guess we'll jump to our final topic for Jubei. Jubei, what are your gaming related resolutions for the year?
To finish more games.
Finish more games. See, I was very specific. I said, being that I kind of dropped Madden, my goal was to finish at least 10 single player games this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Madden to go to Game Pass at this point. Not buying that at launch because
they broke my once they broke playbooks, I was like, yeah, this is not fun anymore. So I just kind of left it alone.
Hey Jubei, do you play Black Ops 6 still or?
Yeah, on occasion.
Okay, I didn't know if you were doing the Squid Game stuff or going to get that Squid Game.
I keep hearing about it. I'm stuck on other shit right now. Like
I got you.
I gotta get
because if you're not gonna
into gaming.
Yeah, if you're not gonna farm it, then yeah, don't get because they got like this grind pass for like $10, and usually the one thing I hate about these battle passes is that I usually grind the battle pass, and then at around like the last 3 days, I will look at how much progress I got on the battle pass and determine if I want to purchase it or not. And then that's what I'm doing. This one's pretty short, like a really short battle pass for the Squid Game stuff.
Yeah, I need them to make battle passes permanent. That's the wave. I'm done with this. Oh, it expires and you get FOMO. Like I'm cool on all that.
I got you.
Halo Infinite did it. Marvel Rivals is doing it. Let us keep these battle passes and work through them as we have time. Because some of us just don't got the time to just sit here and sweat.
Yeah,
that is true.
Not on their cadence, not on their time. I can sweat on my time. I don't want to sweat on your time.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. But yeah, and that's it for you. Just finish a couple more games this year.
Yeah, to be honest, and yeah, I gotta. I don't even want to talk about the backlog. It's just too much. This year's already heavy.
Okay, I understand.
You haven't seen what's coming out in January.
We're not even proper. Yeah, like it's hard. It's tough.
Okay.
I'm gonna 100% Fable this year, though, for sure.
Yeah,
Fable 1?
No,
the new Fable, the reboot, is supposed to drop this year. Or that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, it is.
And while all three of us is here, is there any gaming related challenges that you want to make to a panel member?
Oh yeah. Zero needs to run me my fade. Time. I ain't seen him in a game since I snuck him one in Fighters live.
Oh, it doesn't have to be head to head. You could challenge that could be a challenge. You can also challenge someone to play a different genre or something like that,
You know what? I want to see Omar play through Halo, yo. For real.
You want he's on PC gaming now, so that is possible.
He does got a 4070, so he has the power.
Wait, he has a 4070? When did that happen?
When he got his gaming PC.
When he got his gaming PC, his is a 4070 with I think he has a 11th gen Intel. So yeah, he has a pretty decent PC build. He just mainly plays on his PlayStation 5 still.
Oh, lit. Yeah,
so you can challenge him to play Halo. And
I need him to play through the entire Halo series this year. Find the time, sir. I'm calling you out.
Anyone else? Anyone else have any other gaming challenges they want to put forth to someone?
And then I need Kofi to actually play some of these Xbox games and stop capping.
He plays some Xbox games on his PC.
Well, I mean, the only game I heard Kofi been playing or seen Kofi been playing is
Remnant.
Damn, Remnant 2, and god damn, I'm surprised he has 100% of that game yet.
He may have. He might just be doing stuff like different raids with different people.
Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong. Remnant 2 was good. I didn't know he was that big of a fan. Like, I remember I told him about the first Remnant, and he was like, "Oh, this is cool." And the second one, he just took off.
Yeah. All right. So those are the gaming related challenges. We'll have to convey that next time these panel members are back up that Jubei has challenged them. And yeah, so with that said, let's roll out into our outros. Jubei pushed the show an extra 20 minutes, so we got to an hour and 20. And I just want to encourage everyone that made it to the show today, just hit that like button if you catch us later. Hit that like button, share us out, let people know that we're here. Jubei, where can people find you, and what will you be playing?
Yeah, y'all know you can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else. I'm gonna be back on Balatro. What am I on the PlayStation front? Oh, I started Wuthering Waves on the PlayStation, even though I know that's a mobile game, but
okay. That's actually pretty decent.
It's Genshin Impact.
So, it is, but it's like slightly a little bit better. I'm kind of familiar with the company that made Wuthering Waves because they also made another mobile game called Punishing Grey Raven. So
yeah, no, it's still a gacha game, so your mileage may vary. If the RNG gods aren't fucking with you, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's tough. But yeah, and then Balatro, and I need to finish up Indiana Jones too.
Okay. All right. And Nappy, where can we find you, and what will you be playing?
Yes, you can find me on all social media platforms. Just type in Nappy Senshi in that search bar, and I will pop up. Games I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna have to kick my girl's niece off of Metaphor so I can get back into it because she's been hogging Metaphor. Goddamn Steam family. Yeah. Also, as far as controllers, I am got some more controller reviews I'm going to put out, more mobile controller reviews I'm going to put out. Some of the newer controllers I recently got to show off again is this is the Nixie Flex controller, which is another module controller. So you can kind of pull this part out and you can flip it so you can have it as a PlayStation layout if you like that.
Oh, that's tight. Are you gonna get that that DualSense controller?
The Hyperkin competitor control.
Know how it is, and I know you.
I am actually getting that controller because I'm like, it's a hilarious controller. I'm definitely going to get it. They haven't put out a release date for it. It's called the fact that they called the Hyperkin called that controller the competitor is just like, why? Just why? But I love it. I'm going to buy it just because. But
here's the thing: it's going to be a DualSense without the haptics. It's a DualSense with Hall effects, but no haptics.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like an upgrade. That sounds like an upgrade, actually.
You don't care about the haptic feedback?
The PlayStation haptics, to me, they're overrated.
I mean, but
they're not implemented enough. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it is yeah.
It's for Xbox and PC though. Like you're not going to even use it on PlayStation.
But I'm saying in general, even if it was made for PlayStation without the DualSense haptics inside of it, it would be an upgrade. If it was just Hall effect joysticks and not the DualSense haptics, because nobody uses the DualSense haptics in the development, and all the DualSense haptics do is eat up your fucking battery life, and you don't even really get to, it kills your controller. So
that was killing my controllers on my Astrobot plat runs.
Yeah, I've upgraded the battery on this, so I don't know. Like I personally put a custom battery in my DualSense controller.
The average person is not going to do that, and we shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, because no, the batteries are trash. They are
Yeah,
really
absolute
trash.
garbage. I've been saying that since they dropped. I'm like, bro,
And
this shit lasts like 4 hours.
And not only that, you can easily damage these batteries inside these DualSense controllers. It is crazy. That's why I tell people, only charge this with your PlayStation. Do not plug this into a wall. For the love of God, do not plug this anywhere else but a certified Sony charging station or the PlayStation 5, because
and then
I don't know what's.
I still can't get over that they put out advertisement that if you want your PlayStation 5 controller to charge properly, you need to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro.
That's wild.
That's sad.
You saw that, right?
I didn't see that, but that's sad.
Yeah,
it was like a firmware update that was like they acknowledged that there was an issue between the PlayStation and the PS5 charging, and they said that and instead of pushing the firmware update to the PlayStation 5, they said that it was going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 5 Pro, and that your controller would charge better.
I will say I'm getting pop-in on Wuthering Waves on the Pro, bro.
Look.
Okay, that's not the PlayStation. That's not the PlayStation 5. That's Wuthering Waves. That's Wuthering Waves. That's just their engine. You got to get used to it.
It's a mobile game. It is a mobile game. It should not look like this on a $700 console. I'm sorry.
But
it should not look like this.
You also got to understand
I can't blink.
PlayStation 5 Pro is officially a beta box, which is something that we didn't talk about earlier in What's on Your Mind. That they actually basically came out and confirmed that it's a beta box.
Next gen, I don't want to see no more pop-in, bro. Figure it out. Do something else.
You are. You pay $700 to be a pisser tester.
I did.
That $700 could have went towards a 5070,
and you would have saved $200.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me just sell my AMD card because I'm down.
All right. Well, guys. You will be able to find me, your host Pharaoh, tomorrow at On Point for Gamers. I will be rocking out with C Money and Doodle. Pretty much an official panel member for them on Tuesdays. So catch me here on Mondays. They're on Tuesdays. And yeah, let's rock out, have a good time. I want to thank everybody for coming out and getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G. We are out. Peace.
And happy 2025, people.
Happy 2025.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this